Hello everyone, my name is Claire and welcome back to Stage Manager Supply Co. Today we're going to be talking about Gmail. Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be talking Gmail tips and tricks, including labels, filtering, templates, multiple inboxes, and so much more. Before we get too far into Gmail, I would first like to say that Black Lives Matter, and that I am creating this content on the traditional lands of the Peoria, Potawatomi, Kickapoo, Miami, and Sioux tribes. We always start our videos acknowledging the inequitable history and landscape of the United States, including but never limited to the fact that we are a country that is built on stolen land and developed on the backs of slaves. Stage Manager Supply Co. is my own attempt to bridge generations of systematic racism and oppression by making stage management arts education much more accessible. Today, I would like to highlight For the Girls. For the Girls Rent and Gender Affirming Surgery Fund accepts applications from Black transgender people nationwide. With this fund, they actively fight to reduce the homelessness rate within the Black transgender community, as well as lower the risk for gender-affirming surgeries being done in ways that put their health at great risk. If you would like to support For the Girls, you can find the link to their website in the description of this video. Next, this channel was built to give you all the tools you need to build a stage management vault of your own for free. However, if you would like to purchase any of the documents that we've created today or in the past, you can do so on my Etsy shop. Either way you choose to create this document, we will still arrive at the same end result. Finally, as I say every video, this is my own personal unique style of setting up a Gmail account. What I love so much about stage management is that everyone can have their own preferences and styles for their paperwork and their email accounts. If you set up your Gmail in a different way and would like to leave me a comment down below telling me a tip or trick I may have missed, please sound off in the comments. With all that being said, let's get into setting up our Gmail. First things first, we're going to go through the process of creating a Gmail account. I'm going to go to gmail.com and then click Create Account. I'm going to create an account that I really won't ever use in the future, but will use for the purposes of this video. Then I'm going to enter in my name, username, password, and then my phone, recovery email, birthday, and gender. Your phone and your email are used for two-step verification, which is an extra security measure to make sure that you are the one trying to access your account. And if you'd like to set that up, you can as well. I'm not going to do that because this is an email I'll never use again, but that option is there if you'd like to use it. Once I've entered in all of my information, I get brought to my brand new Gmail inbox, and I can see that they have 4 initial setup steps at the top of the menu. I'll select my first step and then go to my inbox style and select compact for density. This is just my personal preference, but you can pick whichever density you enjoy. Then I'll go down and select the default option for inbox type, and then under that select customize. I find that I hardly ever use the social and promotions tab, so I'll go in and unselect everything except the primary inbox. I'll open the welcome email and delete that message. Then I'll go to my next Gmail setup option and upload a profile image, which in this case I'll select a logo for my show. Then I'm going to ignore and dismiss my import contacts and Gmail for mobile options to be done later, and then I've completed all of my introductory Gmail goals. The next thing that I want to do once I've got my Gmail set up is to create a signature. A signature is basically your name and some contact information that Gmail will automatically put into the bottom of each email that you send. To create a signature, I'm going to go to my settings, select the cog, and then select See All Settings. I'll get brought to a larger screen of settings, and in the General tab, I'll scroll down to Signature and select Create New Signature. I like to create 2 types of signatures when I'm working on a show. For my personal account, when I'm working on productions, I like to create a signature called Personal, and I'll include my name, the show title, my position on the show, my personal email, and my personal cell phone number. And then when I'm creating an email signature for a show account or a stage manager email account, I'll create a signature with the show name stage managers and then the show email account, followed by the name, role, and cell phone number of each member of the team. That way, if any member of the company has any questions for maybe a specific member of the team, their contact information is on the bottom of every email we send. If you'd like to make what I call a fancy schmancy signature, I'm linking a website in the description of this video that I've used before to create really clean, professional looking email signatures. I, in fact, used it to create my Stage Manager Supply Co. signature, and I think it looks pretty neat. Once we have our signatures complete, we're going to go back to our email inbox and talk about labels. Labels are basically categories that you can create to sort and organize your emails. Labels are quite honestly the best thing that's ever happened to my email organization life. I like to use my email inbox as a to-do list, and I keep all of the emails that I haven't responded to or haven't done the action item required of me in it yet in my inbox. Then, once I have completed or responded to an email, I will move that email from the inbox into its label folder. I'm one of the people who really enjoys reaching inbox 0 by the end of the day, and in that way I think I'm kind of like a big toddler. I really have issues with object permanence. To create a label, you can go to the left-hand menu bar, select More, and then select Create New Label. Or you can manage all of your labels by selecting Manage Labels / going to the Settings page and selecting Labels. You can show and hide old labels here, as well as scroll down and create new labels as well. For a production account, I will typically make labels for all of the production departments, all of my report types, so accident reports, performance reports, rehearsal reports, actors equity, meeting minutes, cast, the theater, producers, company-wide, contacts, MISC, and then I always make like a fun time label. I don't know why, but it's my favorite one to create. I'll go and create these labels by selecting Create New Label, and then give my label a name. I'll also select if I want to nest a label under a current label. I use this nesting feature primarily on my personal Gmail account. Like if I wanted to make one big August Osage County label and then create sub-labels for each individual item, like reports, all the things I just listed. But for a big show account, I'll make all of my labels unnested. Once I have all my labels created, I'll give each one of them a color to create some visual identity for all of them, and then I'll go through my inbox and sort any emails to those labels by checking the emails checkbox and selecting the move icon, and then select the appropriate label. You can also click and drag an email into its label, right-click to move to an email, or open the email and select the Move To icon as well. Using the labels that we created, we can now create some filters that will automatically apply certain labels to certain emails that we receive on a regular basis. You can create and manage filters from your settings, see all settings, and then the Filters and Blocked Addresses tab. I'm going to walk you through how to create two types of filters for two emails that I generally receive on a production process quite regularly. First, let's say that you're using your personal Gmail account and every day are receiving emails from your stage management team's Gmail account. You'd like to create a filter that automatically applies your show's label to any email messages that you receive from the SM Team Gmail production account. To do this, you'll go into your filter settings, create a new filter, and then in the From category, I will put in the SM Team Gmail account. I'll select Create Filter, and then on the next pop-up screen, I'll check the Apply Label box and select My Show Label from the drop-down menu. At the very bottom of this pop-up, I'll also select Also Apply Filter to Number Matching Conversations. This will add the filter to messages I haven't already labeled from the show account. Then I'll click Create Filter, and the next time I get an email from my show account, it will arrive in my inbox with the show label already on it. we're going to create another filter now for an email that I receive every day that has a key phrase in it. This is where our show codes that we've been talking about in all of our previous videos so far come into play. Every day I typically send out a rehearsal or performance report, so we'll use a rehearsal report for this example. When I send out a rehearsal report every day, I make sure to include the stage manager Gmail account in the to line of the email so that anyone can respond to the SM team if they have any comments on the report, and I BCC the rest of the company to prevent any reply all chaos. This is apparently a hot take. According to the Stage Manager's Supply Co-Creative team. However, you can do whatever you would like in how you send out your reports. That is just the method that I have chosen. Since I am both the account sending and receiving this email, it's immediately going to show up in my inbox as an unread message the moment after I click send. I want the filter that we're going to create for this email to do two things. First, I want the filter to automatically apply the rehearsal report label when this email comes in. Second, I want the filter to automatically mark the email as read so I don't have to go in and manually open up the email. And a third extra option that I'll show you is how to make the email completely bypass your inbox and go straight into the report's label. So I'll go into my settings and create a new filter. And in the filter search, I'll go to the subject line and type in my show code rehearsal report. I'll select Create Filter and then select Apply the Label Rehearsal Report. Before I create this filter, I'll also select the Mark as Read option so that when the report arrives in my inbox moments after sending it, it will arrive already opened. Then, if I really want to keep the report out of my inbox until there is a response, I can check the Skip the Inbox Archive It option, which will make the email automatically bypass your inbox and go straight into the label folder it's been assigned. There are more options to filtering that you can play around with and use as you choose, but these are my most used items that I wanted you to know about. Our next topic is multiple inboxes and is something that I've been called on to set up for a lot of different shows. If you would like to create team member organization in your inbox, you can use multiple inboxes to achieve this. Here's an image of what this organizational system looks like in practice. This is a system I've used to keep track of multiple email chains for each member of the team. And when I'm PSMing, I've used multiple inboxes to assign other team members emails I'd like them to take the lead on responding to. You can use this system by utilizing the star system that Gmail has. To set up multiple inboxes, you'll need to enter your settings and then go down to Inbox Type and select Multiple Inboxes and then Customize. Once you select Customize, you'll be brought to the Inbox tab of your settings. Here is where we're going to customize our multiple inbox. The first thing that I like to do here is go down to the Multiple Inbox Position option and select Below the Inbox. I prefer to still see my main Everything inbox at the top of the page, and then the multiple team member inboxes below the main inbox. Next, I'll go up to my Multiple Inbox Sections option and write in any inbox labels I would like in the Section Name Optional column. For this example, I'll use PSM, SM, ASM, and PA, but you can use your team members' names as you see fit. Then I'll ask each team member what color star they would like their messages to be. People can have really visceral and strong reactions to color, so this is no joke. I always ask what color they would prefer their messages be. Your star color options are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Once everyone has picked a color, I'll go into my search query column and type color-star into each row, inserting the preferred color of your team member into the phrase. Then I'll select Save Changes, and I'm brought back to my inbox with 4 new sections. I need to now make sure that all of my stars that I've selected are usable. So I'll go back into my settings and go to my General tab and scroll down to the Stars section. Then I'll click and drag my stars from Not in Use into the In Use section in whichever order I prefer, and then save my changes. Now, when I go back into my inbox, I want to make sure that the ASM sees this most recent email. I know that their color is green, so I'll click the star icon 3 times until I get to green, and then click the refresh icon. Now the email is both in the general inbox and under the ASM's specific inbox. I also love these inboxes because you can remove an email from the inbox proper and into a label folder, but if the email still has a star in it, it will remain in the team member's inbox until they remove the star. Our next section is about templates. Formerly called canned responses, templates are basically boilerplate messages that you can insert into an email over and over again without having to copy and paste anything outside of Gmail. I love using templates for things that I send every day, like reports and daily calls. And I've even created templates for meeting minutes, weekly schedules, monthly calendars, you name it. To turn on templates, you need to go into your settings, select the Advanced tab, and then turn on templates. When you're ready to make a template, compose a new email, and then immediately delete any signature or anything in the email. The template will be added into an email with a signature already on it, so you don't want to save the signature in the actual template and then have a double email signature situation. Then create the subject line for your email. If this is for a rehearsal report, I'll make my subject my show code, rehearsal report, and then I'll write date in all caps, so that when I insert this template into a blank email, I only need to replace the date in the subject. Then I'll enter into the body of the email and type out my message. Again, making any phrase or date that I need to replace in all caps so I can quickly see what spots I need to replace every day. Once my email is all set, I'll go down to the right-hand corner 3 dots, hover over Templates, and then select Save Draft as Template. We're going to keep the subject what we already typed in, and then select Save. Once you've saved your template, you can then delete this draft, and then open a new message completely. Go down to the 3 dots again, select Templates, and then select your report template, and boom! Now you have your template in your email. I'll change the date in the subject and anything in the message that needs to be changed, attach any files that go with this email, and then click Send. Speaking of sending emails, if you're ready to send an email, but let's say it's an unreasonably late hour of the evening / early hour of the morning and you don't want to look like a 3 a.m. psycho sending an email, you can use a feature called Scheduled Send. If I actually want to send this email tomorrow morning instead of right now, I'll go down into the Send button and select the blue arrow next to the Send button. Then I'll pick the date and time I'd like to send the email. Once you've selected Scheduled Send, your email will be held in a Scheduled Purgatory label on the left column until it's scheduled send time. If you want to cancel the send at any point before the send time, you can open the email and then select Cancel Send on the right. This will make the message a draft once more and will not be sent to the intended recipients. The last thing I'd like to talk about with Gmail is importing contacts. This is always a hassle, but this is the most expedient method that I've found to batch upload contacts from your contact sheet to your Gmail contacts. To begin, let's open up our Google Contacts by selecting the 9 dots at the top right and then selecting Contacts. Right now, I have no contacts saved, but I want to make a test contact for myself. I'll select Create New Contact and then input a test contact's first and last name, company, job title, phone number, phone type, email address, and email address type. Even if all of your contacts don't have all of these fields, make sure you select all of them for your test contact. Once I save my contact, I'll select the 3 dots on the right-hand corner of my contact and select Export. I'll export as a Google CSV file, download the document, and move it into my Contacts folder of my production folder, and retitle it something like Google Contacts Upload V1. Next, I'm going to open up our CSV, or comma separated value, document in Excel. This document contains no formatting and is just for contact data. You can see it separated my contact data into different columns. We're going to use my test contact as a guide of where to copy and paste our production contact info. I'm also going to open up our Excel contact sheet document from a few videos ago, which go watch that if you haven't watched it, and I'm going to copy the name cells of the document. Then I'm going to go into my contact CSV file and paste the column into the given name column. The given name column is for first names, and the family name column is for last names. Google will combine the full name into name on the back end, so we need to separate the first and last names from one cell into two. But have no fear, we do not have to do this one by typing in each person's name into a second cell. We can use a great trick in Excel called text to columns to make separation a breeze. Select all the names you want to break up into two cells, and then go into the Data tab on the toolbar and select Text to Columns. You'll get a pop-up wizard window that appears with two options, separate by delimited or fixed width. Right now, we'll use delimited width and select Next. Then I'll select what type of marker is separating my first and last name. In this case, a space separates the names, so I'll deselect Tab and then select Space. Immediately, Excel previews how each cell will be broken up. In the name that has a middle initial, you'll see that the three name cells are all separated because there are two spaces in the name cell, not just one. Once everything looks good, I'll select Finish. Excel automatically splits the cells into different columns. What a time saver! Excel has also automatically deleted the spaces between your names, so there aren't any errant spaces lurking around the ends of each name. Now I'm going to copy over my last name cells into the family column, and any middle name or initial I'll usually add to the given name section of a person's row or leave it in the additional names section. Once I have all of my names in the document, I'll copy and paste my emails into the Email 1 Value column. On this document, it is column AE, and my phone numbers into the Phone 1 Value column, AG on this document, job titles into the Organization 1 Title column, which is AK, and then any companies into the Organization 1 Name column. Once everything is in the document, save and close out of the document and enter back into your Google Contacts page. You're going to select the Import option from the left menu bar, select File, and then select the CSV file you created. Once it uploads, select Import, and then Google will add the contacts into your Gmail account. I would take a look at each contact individually against your contact sheet to make sure that there are no discrepancies, and then you'll have imported your contacts. The last thing that I want to mention about Google Contacts is that you can create contact labels, which are essentially groups of contacts. I use these labels to create report and daily call distribution lists. I'll go over to the left menu bar, select Create Label, and make a report label. Then I'll either click and drag the contact I want to be a part of the label to the label, or select the contact, select the label icon, and then apply any labels I would like to the contact. You can also edit labels for each contact within their contact screen as well. Then when I'm ready to send a daily call or report in Gmail at the end of the day, when I go to type in my BCC recipients, all I need to type is the label name, and the contacts in the label will automatically be entered into your BCC field. You can also use this CSV file that you created to import your contacts into Apple Contacts if you'd like. You can do this by opening up your Apple Contacts, selecting File, Import, and then selecting your CSV contact file. Then you can go through each header and decide what columns to import as what. I'll go through each value and then make any empty values do not import. Then I'll select OK, and the contacts will import to my Apple devices. Congratulations! You now have a customized Gmail account that you can use for all of your future productions, or you can even use some of these tips and tricks right now for your personal Gmail organization life. I know that some of the tips and tricks we went over today can be a little tedious and time consuming, but doing them early in your prep process will pave the way for smooth sailing for the rest of your production. If you have any questions and would like to share how you set up your Gmail accounts, please let me know in the comments down below. If you would like to signal boost or support for the girls, please make sure to visit their website linked in the description. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so that you will be notified whenever I post a new video. And hey, make sure to subscribe from that brand new Gmail account you made. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye!